Hello, today is 19th of April 2011. I would like to talk about spiritual guides and other entities. When I was about 15 years old, I first saw my spiritual guides, and I saw my spiritual guides as a woman. There was no connection with sex, and when she came closer to me, I felt unconditional love that filled me up. When I wake up, I feel like I'm real hot, really positive, everything was just wonderful, and that state stay with me about 3 or 4 days, and then I just get back normal. But after those experiences, because that was one of, I think, three of those kinds of experience, and back then I start to wonder what was that, right? And 3 years later, I was about to know what actually is that. After I start to meditate, I think it was after I awake my Kundalini, I start to feel some kind of lack, and I start to ask my spiritual guides to aid me, right? And in some point, some spirits come to me telling me that they are my spiritual guides that I saw back then. I actually didn't feel any love or anything special, but I see I getting like psychic power to contact with spirits. I was managed to see them around me, see them in my inner vision. I was able to hear them sometimes as they develop their connection with me. Actually, they told me lots of things. Some of them wasn't true. They improve my method of doing healings or any other things. But all those things that they told me worked actually in my memory. So I'm not about to make a point that you should contact some spirits to get some knowledge. That's not true. You should actually develop yourself. And the thing about channelings, contacting the spirits, they tell you something. They may tell you something, but the main thing is you still look up to someone else to tell you what the reality is like. And that's, I'd like to warn you about what actually happen in real with you when you contact spirits, when you let them actually be a part of you, like I did for an accident, and they stays with me like 7 or 8 months actually. And I'm gonna tell you how it starts, how I've developed it, and why it was bad. The first of all, how it started. When I start to meditate a lot, and I've been alone for quite long, I have to face that lack, that I don't have anyone to talk with, or my life is like that or the other way. And after that, I try to contact with my spiritual guide, to contact with that happy feeling, to get some kind of guidance, to get some kind of company. And then those spirits came to, back then I thought they came to aid me, right? But after some time, you see that those spirits actually tell you a lot of things, and when you got some problems, you're gonna turn to them to ask them what you actually should do, right? But after you ask them, you don't make your own decision. And that's the problem. The problem is the more decision they pick, the more space within you they take, because they little by little taken over your life, right? even if you don't ask them, their purpose of being with you is to take over your body and part of your awareness, because they can't generate the energy by themselves. They need some kind of energy source, which is you, right? You're the energy source. So they steal your energy. They actually decrease that who you are, and you just can't go through or up or make your energy better while they're with you, right? So I I told you before that I've got them because I felt the lack of on my own, right? Like I can't be with someone or something like that. And for some reason they make that fear even greater. And when you feel fear, you are in grasping that fear. And what you gonna do then? You're gonna turn to someone who you think that will help you, will give you something, a little love or just a little attention. It's quite, how I should put it in, it's quite sad actually, because we can give a lot of things for just a little attention, for just a little love that's not there. They also gave me some spiritual visions that wasn't true. In some point I felt that it's something it's actually won't happen. And after some time I've been told to go to the regressive session, which I would like to talk about a little later, how it's done and all the stuff, how it impacts your understanding. And in that session, I saw my spiritual guides were just normal spirits. I saw something like they know me from before, really from before, not from this life, from the other life. And that woman who was with me, she was in love with me someday before, and she told me that she will aid me later, right? And when she's dead and I was alive, she came to aid me because I faced that lack of love or of some attention. So she wanted to help me, even if she knows that this will a little destroy me actually. When I saw the truth, I asked them to leave me alone. And if you understand that it's your energetical body, it's your physical body, so they can't say no if you tell them to go, right? And they just leave me alone, and then I feel like space open within myself, right? I feel like I release something. And then I feel a little lag again, right? But after I meditate a lot to see that I was wrong and to develop that love within me, that understanding that it's actually not about knowledge that there is something, it's about awareness, because it's always been there. The only thing that you didn't notice it, you're not aware enough to see it. After they are gone, I felt a rapid growth of energy that I have to some kind feel that lag with myself. It's not with those spirits, it's with myself. It's quite, I think, hard to understand how it's like. But the purpose of that video is to warn you, don't contact any entities, because it's pointless, because you have to work on your own, on your awareness. They're not gonna tell you what is there in real, because they actually don't know, because you have to get in that state that you get detached from everything and you got no problems, and then you can see world without any distortion, and that's what reality is. If you contact spirits, they still telling you in some percentage of what you wanna hear. In the other hand, they tell you something that give you actually nothing, and they just extend that time to make a better connection between themselves and you. So you have to prevent it to happen. This prevents it to happen. The thing is, your aura is actually unbreakable. The reason is, you've got a free will. No one can do anything without your permission. No one could do anything without your permission. The main reason because I've got those problems is that I've faced that lack and I ask something to come to me. And that's most common for every single person. People just ask for it, and then when they realize what they actually done, they wanna get rid of it, which is not that simple as inviting it to yourself. And now I'd like to talk about true spiritual guides. I saw them maybe 3 or 4 times. The main thing about them, they're pure love. If they come to you, you just feel that wave, that love that's fill you up, right? You just vibrating with that love feeling, and you've got no doubt about it that they are your spiritual guides. They've always been there. It's a feeling like you know them from the very beginning of your existence, and now that's how you recognize them. They're actually always there, I believe, of course, because maybe they give us a hint through intuition, because they can't tell you what is right, what is wrong, or in all the stuff. You need to learn it, understand it, and expand your awareness so you can understand the world, and it's not a knowledge, it's a wisdom. Wisdom is other word for awareness, because if I tell you it's a knowledge, you can read a book, right? And you get some knowledge, but that's not a wisdom. Wisdom comes from within, from your awareness, from that part you are not aware of. That's why you meditating, develop yourself, and then you see you can do different things which you wasn't capable of before.